So, last session on our evil campaign, this unnamed evil group of ne'er-do-wells made a deal with a one Colte, a archaeologist out of the Requiem Institute in Broken Bridge, and his companion. He has entrusted you to help him take down a group of paladins that have taken over the Church of Lathander here in the ruined city of Cardinal. Underneath the ruins, he suspects is the goal of his archaeological expedition to find the evidence left behind, potentially linking House Cardin and their downcast nature. You set an ambush for a bunch of paladins as they went to take down a bunch of shattered undead, in which you all were successful in that ambush. You killed 5 paladins and have made your way to the church and engaged the remaining 4 in combat. However, it has not been that easy to take them down. They are strong and have plenty of healing magic to go around. Last we left off, a single silence spell was cast upon the space, as 2 of their members are currently fairy fired, and the single knight is guided, and there's hex upon the warden, as well as the hunter has an eldritch effect on him, making him do attacks at disadvantage. Hotet is currently sandwiched between 2 of the enemy, but we start this session with Atlas Blackwell. You stand in front of a holy knight. It is your turn.
Could you move me to the map? I don't see it.
Yes, I will. You are all now on the map. You can see where you are. You can see the beautiful map.
Okay, I think I'll just attack him because I believe I'm marked by him as well.
You are. You are marked by him. So you're just attacking the knight? Or.
Yep. I'm just gonna stab him.
Okay. $18 just hits. Okay. With a single strike of your spear, you watch as the knight goes down and unconscious. Technically, you had advantage on that attack as well. They were guided.
Oh, okay.
If you want to roll to see if you get a nat 20, but still, that is enough damage to knock them out. They were looking very rough. They fall to the ground. You watch blood begins to spurt out of the many gashes in their form, as the Inquisitor Warden, this holy paladin, yells out, "We must stabilize him, brothers!" Anything else from you?
Yeah, I think I'll just start moving down.
Okay.
Yep, I'll just get to right here, and that'll be it in my turn.
Understood. That brings it to Egil. You are currently in
Alrighty.
a silent spell.
It doesn't really play too much of a factor into me, but
Probably not.
um, and that's the priest right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is who cast the silence.
All right, I can do. All right, we don't have my. Let me get some measurements. Boom. Nah. So this would be
10 feet.
10,
Yep.
15, 20, 25. No. 10, 15, 25, 30, 40. So this would be 45, 55, 60, 65. Yeah, that should be the math. All right. So I'm gonna use the bonus action to use what's it called? Damn, I can't think of the name of it now.
Step of the wind.
Yeah, step of the one. There we go. To dash
Okay.
and get here so I can circumvent. Boom. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. It's 70. Then I'll use my action to attack.
Okay. Did you pass any of them? You
No, that's why I went.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
went
what
here,
was
then I
sure.
cut up to that corner right there.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Sure I got anything else I want to do, and yeah, I'll just go ahead and unarmed strike.
Okay.
Sword and hunter. All right, yeah, priest doesn't have anything going on. Miss.
10 will
Okay.
miss.
All right, that's my turn.
That's your turn. Understood.
Yeah.
Brings it to Bonnie. Okay. Firebolt on the cleric. Priest is going to be an attack roll. .21 will hit. 10 fire damage. Okay. So it's going to be DC 10. Okay. Silence does fade. I take the damage. Four strike on the priest as well. Or on the soldier. Okay, that hits. For sure, 4 damage. Okay, they take that. End of your turn. Okay, then that's Ripley.
Okie dokie. Well, if I could get to roll 20, that'd be fantastic. Ooh, I love when my computer freezes up. This is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Alright, silence is gone, which does change my plan a little bit. I'll still just do what I was gonna do. I'd like to cast Mind Spike on the priest.
Mm-hmm.
That is an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence save from the priest. Come on, priest. Okay. Intelligence save. That's a 13.
Fails, DC 14.
Close.
So as I cast that and deal just the 16 psychic,
Okay.
he just told me, let only my lord speak, and in response, I'm just gonna look at him, and in his mind, he begins to hear my lord speak, which is not good. So his mind is just addled with the voice of Hadar and all of his horrible words.
No! No! They seek our destruction! He yells out. Interesting.
Yeah, as I give him a little taste of what it's like to live as Ripley, um, 16 psychic damage. And then
Poor Ripley.
I'm gonna bonus. Or no, my hex is on this guy. He's not dead yet. Okay. Yeah, that's about. Is anybody like super hurt?
Yeah, I'm down a bit.
Okay. I'm going to look over to Atlas and cast Healing Word through my staff, since it doesn't cost a spell slot. So only 5 hit points back, but then I get a temporary spell slot back with my reaction.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move a little bit. Well, actually, yeah. That's all my speed because I only have 25, but I want to be within 30 feet of most people, so that's all for me.
Okay. The unconscious knight. Okay. The Inquisitor Warden. He is yeah, he's once again gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds. Um 3d8.
Counter spell. I don't have that. What can I do?
That is the lowest rolling. I am astonished. That is
3
so
1?
tragic. That is 10 points of healing. I rolled 6. I rolled
Hell yeah.
2, a 1, and a 3. So 6 hit points
Damn.
to each and every one of them. Aside from him, he has not been damaged.
I like to think that my hex is making him worse at his job.
There's a possibility. Your entropy cannot win. Our victory is inevitable. That is his spell. He's gonna kind of. He's gonna stay where he is for now. Spearman, the regular little knightly boy, will make 2 attacks against. He's gonna Hunter's Mark Atlas. He's gonna turn on you, Atlas. That's probably not going to hit. It's only 11. That one's not going to hit either. Okay. The priest on his turn. Okay. He's going to turn on Egil. Face my righteous fury. And attempt to hit you, Egil. For 13 to hit.
That indeed misses.
Yeah, that does not hit. They had a bad round. Asana.
Sorry, real quick. Hex is gone. I didn't realize Mind Spike is concentration.
Good to know.
I forgot it even had a secondary effect.
Asanath.
Speaking of all this fun stuff, does Hunter still have my Eldritch effect on him, or did he break that?
Still has the Eldritch effect. Actually, let me roll for that. Actually,
who is that?
What's the DC?
Who is Hunter? Oh, fuck.
This one.
I don't know this character. 14.
14. What type of save is it again?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. 13. Still has it.
Nice. So he's still distracted by the visions and the voices.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. This sucks. This is a shitty situation. What can I do? Who was healing? Was it this guy?
It was the main paladin.
Main
Warder.
paladin. I'll just Eldritch. I will Eldritch blast the warden for my action. That's a 25.
That's gonna hit.
6 force damage.
6 force damage
then-
on Magus.
For my bonus action attack, I shall move my spiritual weapon back towards the knight to hit.
Oh, I forgot.
Melee spell
Priest
attack.
had that. Damn it.
That's a 23 to hit the knight.
23 hits. Make him unconscious again. Poor knight.
He deserves it. Or maybe he doesn't. I don't care. 1d8 plus 4. 11 force damage.
Yeah, they're unconscious again.
Bonk.
Okay.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Gotcha. I will retroactively have the priest's attack go. 'Cause I feel bad that I forgot it. And they didn't do anything that last round, other than heal a guy that just got unconscious again.
You had the priest.
The priest's spiritual weapon.
Oh, I was about to say the priest attacked me.
No, yeah, I forgot his spiritual weapon, which is just a bonus action. He didn't use a bonus action on his turn,
Right.
which I could have used healing word, but I didn't. So that will be a 15 to hit Ripley.
That hits.
Okay. Let's do that. Plus that. Uh, 7 points of bludgeoning damage. Then we go to Hotet. And Hotet, now flanking against the guard, bury their axe into the guard. Good, Shept Root. You have advantage. You rolled lower. That's an 11 to hit. It does not hit. So Hotet have 2 attacks? He does, doesn't he? Yeah. 12. 5. So 12 plus 6 is 18, which does hit the knight. Good job, Hotet. $13 points of bludgeoning. As the axe goes in. Clote, where's your sheet? There. Colte is gonna move here. Actually. So many random spells. Colte is going to speak Atlas. So everyone you hear Colte say, "Brigand, I will drink from your skull as if it were a mug." Atlas, you hear, "Atlas, step to the side. I'm going to lightning bolt them." And then Colte vanishes. That brings it back to you, Atlas.
And the only thing that I was able to hear right was step aside.
Yeah, you heard him say, "Step aside. He's going to lightning bolt them." Everyone else hears just weird language. Actually, Egil would also hear it. But everyone else hears this just like very strange poetic wording, which Yeah. If anyone wants to, you can make an intelligence check for anyone who did not hear the true phrase, which would be Bonnie, Asanath, or Ripley.
Yeah, why not?
Wonder what language that is.
Not particularly intelligent.
Whoa, look at my smart boy.
The three of you realize it's something weird, and you realize it's some sort of coded speech. But the meaning is hidden, but you cannot discern what the hidden meaning was. You can just say, you can tell that he was speaking in a coded way.
Like akin to a thieves' cant.
Similar, yes, but tinged with magical essence. It's your turn, Atlas.
Well, I guess I'll step to the side. I think,
Okay.
yeah, I'll just move right here, and then I'll attack the knight in front of me.
Okay.
And I'll do a reckless.
Gotcha. $20 will hit. Okay. $12 damage. Cool. As you step out of the way, there is a sudden spike in static electricity in the air, and you watch rapidly shooting out from about right here is a singular lightning bolt. He does catch Hotet in this, but he was mainly waiting for you to get out of the way. Making sure that the guild didn't go into the way either. So that is Dex save. Fail for the common guard. And it seems the warden succeeds. However, it is still a lot of damage. Eight, 14, 26. $32. He was at. Okay. 32 points of lightning damage, halved to the warden, only being 16. But with a singular powerful bolt of lightning, you watch as the singular guard fries. You watch as his skin begins to boil away. You watch as his eyes explode and his hair catches on fire. And soon he is a crumpled heap on the ground and is definitely unable to be resurrected. There is a sudden cry out from the commander on Omegas. You fiends! And Alted also takes only 16 points of damage. Anything else for you? So it's
Nope,
just-
that's it.
Okay. Egil.
All right. Let's make some attack. Ah, there we go. Finally.
That definitely will hit.
All right, for 9 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
Another roll for a bonus action. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
All right, for 5
5.
points of
Okay.
bludgeoning. And do I want to? Yeah, I'll burn my last key point to do flurry of blows. Skip one more.
Okay.
Oh my
That
gosh,
is a miss.
that's all right.
Okay, anything else from you? Movement or anything?
Nah, I'm cool where I'm at.
Okay. Brings the Bonnie. Firebolt on who? Okay, on the priest. Go ahead and roll. $16. 16 just hits. Four is enough. They were at 3 hit points left. The singular firebolt flies across the battlefield. This beautiful church with fire motifs and sunlight spreading throughout it, and slams into the back of the priest, sending them head over heel as they crash into the ground unconscious. "13 is going to miss the warden as you ascend the force strike towards them. End of your turn. I'm guessing it'll be Ripley now. This goes away.
Okay. We've just got the warden left.
Yes, the warden's the only one conscious.
Okay. All right. I am just gonna do the same thing again. Mind spike.
Okay, make an attack roll.
That's an intelligence save.
Oh, yeah. Intelligence,
Wow,
failure.
that's a terrible damage roll.
He does fail, though.
So 7 psych.
Oh my, that is a bad roll.
Okay. You spike his mind as well, filling it with trauma.
Yeah. Just a bit. That's everything. That's what I got.
That's your turn. Okay. It goes to the unconscious knight and then to the warden, who looks at you. "I see who you are. Why you're sent here." And he'll step onto the podium and he's going to make 2 attacks at you.
Ooh, me?
Nat 20
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
and a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
You're concentrating on a spell, correct? You're concentrating on a spell?
Yeah.
Okay. So, for the weapon attack, roll the 2 die for that. That's 9 bludgeoning damage from the main weapon attack. And then,
Sure.
since you're concentrating on a spell... 6. You're so lucky. So technically it's 3d8 force damage, so I rolled 68. The first 3 rolls, I got 6. Well, the first 4 rolls I got 6 force damage. However, I made it up in the last 2 rolls. You take 18 points of force damage.
Okay,
for the first attack.
I'm up.
The second attack damage is going to be 6 bludgeoning.
I'm down.
Okay.
I had 1 hit point.
Yeah, and then you hear this cracking as force damage shatters through you as you were concentrating on a spell.
I mean that I wasn't
You-
concentrating by the second hit. I couldn't make that
Yes,
con
it's still
save.
that just means it's 1 less force damage die, so it'd be 2
Amazing.
2d8 force damage. He turns back towards the remainder of your party. He is going to bonus action healing word the priest, which will be this will be 4. Nice, max. So that's 8 hit points back to the priest. Priest is conscious, but on the ground, prone. Yeah, he's going to risk an attack. So this was 10 feet, 15, 25, 30. So he's going to be here now at 30 feet. And he points directly towards Colte. You're next. As Hotet will get an attack of opportunity, which is not going to hit his armor at all. The priest is going to use half their movement to stand. The priest, healing words the knight, right here. It's a bonus action. So spell faded when they went unconscious. So that is max at 7 hit points. Watch as the knight's eyes open, and they are still prone. The priest then stands. And still in melee combat with you is going to bring their Warhammer to bear. That is going to be an 18 to hit. Ego?
I'll say it again. Sorry.
It's 18 to hit.
That just hits.
Just hits? Okay. So, weapon damage first. That's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You're not concentrating on a spell because you can't. So that is 2 points of force damage. As the strike hits you, and there's a little bit of this reverberation through your chest that you feel like would have shattered any aspect of the weave inside of you. They only got 1 attack. That's their turn. This brings it to Asanov.
Yes.
Oh, whatever this feature was is gone.
Yes. This is an interesting, lovely time.
Mm-hmm.
How much movement does it take to get over the pews?
It's rough terrain, so it's 10
Double.
10 feet.
10
So each
feet,
one
okay.
is, yeah, each one is 10 feet.
Thank you. What am I doing here? What would I like to do? So many people to heal, so little spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
It's the little spell.
It's a rough time out here.
Nah, it could be rougher. I'm going to, for now, I'm going to healing word Ripley, because Ripley's out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do that because that's my bonus action, but
I appreciate it.
yeah, well, you're my favorite.
Yay!
It's just because you're chosen by Hadar.
Doesn't
You
really
don't
matter
have to
why.
get into the details.
It is. Yeah, look, doesn't
It's just
matter
a
why
fact.
Ripley is my favorite. Ripley is my favorite, and I do healing magic. So that's all that matters.
Ooh,
Eight!
nice.
There's a lot
Power
of max
loves
healing
us.
going on.
Max! Again! Bonnie added HP for you.
Oh,
16 HP to Ripley.
Ooh.
sick. How does Bonnie do that?
Hadar loves us. Bonnie has like a divine singomancy thing going on with the racial
What?
feature.
Sick. That's so many hit points.
Yeah. That was my action. So my spell is I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast this night guy.
I
'Cause
love
he's
reluctant
close to
aid. Thank you, Bonnie.
Ripley, who just woke up.
He is prone.
That's true. Do you know what I'm gonna do? Thank you for reminding me. I am instead going to Sacred Flame him.
Okay.
DC 14 deck save.
Meets it, beats it.
Fair enough. I attempted.
Hold up. I need to check something. Do prone creatures have disadvantage on deck saves? I don't think so.
As I'm aware of.
Prone creatures have a disadvantage on
Attack
deck
rolls.
saves.
No, they do not.
Yeah, they do, but they don't.
No, just
No,
on
it's just
I
attack
could have swore.
rolls.
disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I thought you
I'm
said.
also gonna.
No, I was just trying to see if they would have had disadvantage on the save, but they don't. So yeah, that misses.
You can still
And I
wiggle
also
on the
moved
ground.
35 feet.
Okay.
I thought
You
they
move
did
forward
have
35
disadvantage
feet.
on deck saves.
No.
I'm sorry?
I just looked up the conditions. It's not there. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is at 5 feet of the creature. Otherwise, the attack is disadvantage.
Hmm. Know what? I think I'm thinking of
Restrained or
something. Am I
any of
thinking of being
those.
grappled?
And that one's automatic.
Yeah,
Is it
Realized.
grappled?
yeah. If something gives you disadvantage on deck saves, I forgot which one it was.
Even grappled doesn't. Um,
What am I thinking of? No, I'm thinking of dodge giving you advantage. That's what I'm thinking of.
probably.
Okay.
I didn't even know. Wait, dodge gives you advantage? No one dodges
On
in this game.
deck saves, yeah.
Oh,
I know. That's what no one knows.
yeah. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Wow. Awesome.
I move my full movement speed, and that's my turn.
That is your turn. Okay. Sweet. Hotet. We'll just step over the crumpled, burned, mangled corpse, and do his two attacks. He loves attacking the knight. Hotet, you do your thing. 15 misses, and that's gonna miss as well. That is only a 10. Hotet did nothing. Which brings it to Colte. It's 2 out of 3. Colte is just going to take his finger and like move it a couple times, say as he is just going to Ray of Frost him. That is +6, so That is only a 17, which misses. However, Colte does back up his full movement because he can. And then he'll say, "Shatter your soul and kill your resolve, famed paladin." All of you here, kill the people when they go unconscious. Don't let him keep bringing them up. Atlas.
Yeah, I will run up to the warden, get in his face, and just stab him right in the gut.
Okay. Stabby. 25 will hit. Whew. It's a nice 17 damage. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Brings it to Egil.
Alrighty. All right. Another round of attacks. Let's go.
Make him. 24 will hit.
24 to hit. 8
That is-
bludgeoning.
That is just enough to bring them back down. They fall to the ground.
All right. With that, my touch of death activates, and I get 7 temporary hit points for dropping him down to 0. And then bonus action attack to attack him while he's down.
Mm-hmm.
Disadvantage. 19 to hit and
Advantage
2
at
death
19.
saves.
That's 2 death saves. Automatic fail.
See, 5. I'll take a step down this way
Okay.
and end my turn.
Gotcha. Bonnie. You're at disadvantage against him. He is prone still. He keeps being resurrected and not being able to do shit. 11. That does not hit. That misses. $20 will hit. Okay. Still up. Ripley.
Okay, how hurt do the knight and the warden look?
The warden at this point is bloodied. The knight he's been on death's door forever. But he is prone.
Okay. I'm running low on these, but I'm gonna healing word myself
Okay.
as a bonus action. And then use my reaction with that to get a spell slot back and cast Arms of Hadar. I'm gonna stand up
Mhm.
first, so I'm not prone anymore. And then cast Arms of Hadar. So the knight, warden, Hatet, and then this person. I think probably just auto fails because they're unconscious.
They're dead. They are full dead.
Oh, fully dead? Okay, great. So then just those 3 will need to make a strength save. Which I'm sure they're going to be great at, but it's what I've got.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't let me upcast it. I need another d6.
You said the warden gets in this as well.
Yes.
Warden
Ooh,
strength 15.
16, so it
Hotet
takes half damage.
is Hotet's 16. And then the knight, that is 19.
Damn. Well, they all take 6 necrotic damage.
6 necrotic. That brings the knight back into unconsciousness. They are so dead.
Alright, and then... Yeah, I don't want to stay there, but I'm going to.
Okay. The knight turns back around, steps back over towards you. Atlas, you get another attack of opportunity.
Would it be an advantage because of flanking?
It would.
Or
It would.
okay.
Hits. Okay, 9.
Beat his ass.
I told you to stay down. That is 22 to hit, Ripley.
Yeah.
And 19 to hit.
Yup.
4 bludgeoning damage for the first attack. You're not concentrating on a spell, right?
Nope.
So it's only the 2d8. That is an additional 7
2d8.
points of force damage.
Okay.
Second attack, that is 11 points of bludgeoning.
I'm out.
Okay. Once again, he slams you twice with the warhammer, knocking you back into unconsciousness.
I'm being
And
bullied.
it's gonna
For real?
he's gonna healing word the priest again. It's his bonus action. That is only 2. Plus 4 is 6.
I have never missed counter spell so
I
fucking
know,
much.
right?
The priest opens their eyes once more, and you hear the warden. Forget the knight. Focus on me. On the priest's turn, they are going to stand. And they are going to bonus action healing word their commanding officer for a little bit of health, not a lot. It's gonna be 5 hit points to on Omegas.
We
And a
all
single
should take in the Mage Slayer feat.
Warhammer against Egil. That held on a nat 20 for so long. That is going to be 18.
That just hits.
Okay, then we're going to get you some damage at 5 points of bludgeoning,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 points of force.
All right, that's all my temporary hit points.
Okay. That is really all they can do at this point, is just to try to keep each other going, to not great effect. Asanath.
Yeah. First, I would like to use my bonus action
Mm-hmm.
to move my spiritual weapon 20 feet towards the priest and make an attack.
Okay.
And if I move it here,
Oh,
that
towards the
allow me to
priest.
get
Yeah, sorry.
flanking.
I don't think it gets
Spiritual
flanking.
weapons aren't creatures.
Yeah, they're not. It doesn't get
Okay,
flanking.
I didn't know. Because it
But you can
says
still
melee
have it
attacks.
there.
I don't know flanking rules.
Yeah.
I would love to have it there. Because that's within 20 feet. That is an 18.
18 hits.
Six damage.
6 is their health. They go back down. Such a
Bonk.
wild fight. Uno bonk.
For real.
That's your bonus action.
That's my bonus action. What do I do? Action.
Just take out the warden. Let me die.
I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna let you die, but I am gonna swap focus for a second.
So valid.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the Warden because I have nothing else. 24.
That hits.
10 force damage.
You see a spurt of crimson blood crosses the room, and your eyes light up as your Eldritch Blast does devastating damage to him. And he's looking very rough at this point. He looks at you.
I was.
If only my judge was here, you would all face oblivion. He's not looking good. Hotet.
It was just a.
Misses. Oh. That one is probably going to hit. So by probably, it's definitely going to hit because it's actually the AC already. So it's 2-6. 11 points. You watch as Hotet takes the axe and just slams it into the back of the paladin. You hear a gasp of breath as the paladin looks like they're on the brink of death. They look so rough. You see, probably Egil and maybe Asanath on the side can see a wide smile cross his Colte's lips. Atlas, do you want this one?
Yeah, I'll take him.
Good. Enjoy. And he ends his turn. Atlas, it is your turn. You see the knight standing on one of the pews, his warhammer glistening with Ripley's blood, a wild look in his eyes as he is frantic and dying. His eyes connect with yours. The hammer outstretched towards you. May the Morning Lord avenge me.
Yep, I'll just move around in front of him and just stab him.
Okay. Advantage. 24 will hit. He's at 1 hit point. Is there a way you wish to kill him?
I think right before I stab him, I'll say, "Let me send you to your god." Then I bash him in the face with my shield. Then I'll just stab him right through the gut.
Damn. The eyes have met yours, and as you say that, he looks like he's about to say one more thing, and you all watch and hear the bones in the face crack as blood spurts across Atlas's body, emanating out of this holy paladin as he falls dead and unconscious. They all slowly bleed out on the floor of the cathedral of their own god. You are victorious. However, Ripley is still unconscious as well. anyone wish to do anything?
Um, I will go provide a medicine check
Okay,
to try to stabilize.
go ahead.
Oh. Do you not want me to cure Winsome?
Oh, by all means. I'm just, he's asked what I would do, but I didn't know if you had magic left.
I do. I shall cure wounds you.
Nice.
D8 plus spellcasting. This is just a first level cure wounds.
I wouldn't imagine you had anything else left, honestly.
11. I have one second level spell left. I'm saving.
Oh, nice.
Mm. Nice. Now you cure wounds Ripley, and Ripley, you come back into consciousness.
I cough up some
And then I
brown
make you.
blood.
Now make a wisdom save. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
I mean,
Could you imagine?
how much more crazy could I get?
I have 8 different
Yeah.
ways.
Do you really want to find out?
Just gonna look up at Asanath. I think I owe you now.
You can just
Gotta
call
stop
it.
saving each other's lives. It's exhausting.
What did Asana say?
We'll just call it even.
Sounds good. I'll stagger to my feet. Still with a broken foot. It feels great right now.
The endorphins
And-
of healing magic are probably still flooding your system.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Egil. Probably the only one to notice this. You see Colte puts a hand on the back of Hotet, and you see, like, in one of the major cuts that he has, you can see underneath the skin what looks to be like some sort of tentacle just seems to, like, slide through the space until you see, like, muscle underneath. You see Colte goes and wraps a little bit of his clothing that he ripped off around that piece of the arm of Hotet, trying to, basically patch him up a little bit.
Okay. Cool. I am searching for my scalpels.
Mm-hmm. Who do you search?
I started at their bodies.
Okay.
I'd also like to search, but mostly just looting corpses.
Oh yeah.
And if I try to aid in the
I am
scalpel
also
flow.
curious about if there are any like obvious religious idols still left in here.
Oh yes. Oh, you
I'm
mean in
gonna
the
defile them
building?
so hard.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of religious idols still here.
I'm gonna defile them so hard.
We'll get to
I'm
that, I
going
guess.
to
That sounds
defile
dirty.
them.
I'm
It
going.
really does.
That is
I don't mean it.
that is wild. What a statement.
I was like, okay, we are going dark. I see.
Twitch TOS?
I mean, I don't know. How
Fuck,
religious is Twitch?
Yeah, hey Twitch. How much do you care about fictional heresy?
As long as it's fictional.
As long as it's fictional.
Yep.
Just add in Minecraft to the end.
In Minecraft, yes. That is
Yes.
wild. Okay.
I didn't think enough before I spoke.
It's okay. We're not gonna dwell
You'll
on it.
find out.
Oh no.
Okay. So who's searching who? So I think Bonnie wants to search the priest.
I'll search the warden in the night, and I'm going to steer clear of the hunter.
Okay. Oh, just because they have a
Oh.
bow?
I think I'll search your tents.
I'll search the hunter.
Okay. So let's start off with who's searching the hunter.
I am.
Okay. Let me just make a general investigation check, please.
What the fuck, man?
We suck at
The line
stuff.
delivery.
It's just some
Hey, at
bullshit.
least
I
we're
tell
rolling
you.
great against that warden.
I didn't attack the warden. I was fighting the priest.
Yeah, well, you killed him a lot.
Only knocked him to 0 once.
So
That's enough.
the hunter doesn't really have very much on them. They seem to have a single hollowed arrow that has not been used. Additionally, they have a single potion of holy water and about 10 gold.
Alright. Potion of holy water. 10 GP. Okay.
The priest, searching the priest, make a investigation check, please.
You got this. I don't have Bardic anymore, so that doesn't mean anything, but
You have to use the arrow the right way for it to work. Or would you be able to stab somebody with the arrow if it was in your hand?
Sure.
To proc the radiant damage?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'd say so. It just does extra damage towards undead. So for the priest, investigation check, please. If you're searching the priest.
I think that's you, Bonnie. Oh. I'm telling you, these low investigation rolls is ridiculous.
We're just
we
really
don't see shit.
tuckered out, you know?
Yeah, it's a bad day.
We're in the battle high. You know, like Vikings who go into a blood frenzy.
Yeah.
We've got like tunnel vision going on.
So, looking over the priest, you're able to find about 5 silver pieces. They have 4 bottles of holy water, which is a lot. Additionally, they have what appears to be a angel feather.
Ooh, aren't they special?
Hello.
It looks like this strange almost like it feels like it is a regular feather, but it is shining gold. And as you know, move up from the base of the stem up, you can feel like it's soft and smooth. But if you go down it, it turns sharp like a knife or a blade of some type. It is this very intriguing item. Um, but it seems to be very, very small. Probably a support feather of some type. It's maybe only about 4 inches. Yeah, so basically, if you go with the grain, it's soft. If you go against the grain, it's rigid and steel-like. Yeah, that's all the priest had. Anyone search the knight?
Yeah, I was doing Knight and Warden.
Knight and warden. Okay. Investigation checks. Yeah, anyone who's searching the warden as well can make theirs as well at this point, I guess. 21 is very good.
No need, really got it.
Okay.
Yeah, still like kind of coughing up some
Yeah.
brown black blood occasionally, but trying to rifle through these bodies.
Rifling through his corpse, you find a bunch of small tools that would be used by one Egil. You find a series of manuscripts on magical variations, on combating, specifically, term, to combat evil arcanists. And it seems to just be almost like a theological study on something. It's these weird. It's not even a book. It's just like manuscripts. You find what appears to be a set of orders that were seemingly certified by many individuals, as well as 1,000 gold.
Whoa. What's the
Um,
orders say?
You read out the
Before I
orders.
see more gold than I've ever dreamt of.
The orders are orders from one Lord Pomdius, Archcommandant of Holy Reclamation, out of Renacinta. These orders are signed by multiple appointed individuals. And essentially, the first signature, which is the largest, these are signed orders of Rina Cert Procta, the Grand Consecrated Emperor of the Age of Vitralis. Which is, do any of you speak Elven?
I do
I
not.
do.
You do?
Oh, I do as well.
I do.
The two of you are,
Nice.
I almost said 3 of you. 2 of you are able to read that as it translates easily to the Age of Beautification or the Age of Stained Glass, essentially. It's also signed by the newly appointed King of Crimson, Adrian Krymer, who is a individual none of you really know. The last Krymer was killed without heirs, supposedly 20 years ago. It's also signed by Commander Reiser of the Forward Mirrored Spear Battalion. The orders specifically state that Reiser, Grand Judge of the Holy Order, is to take his battalion and secure Caro the Necromancer, as well as form a base of operations within the Empire of the Reach, as well as investigate House Verstek in Broken Bridge.
Okay.
These sub-orders were given to Onomagus to clear out the ruins of Cardin for Ryzor's arrival, after he has completed tasks 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, 2 and 3. No, 1 and 3, sorry. Yeah, I'm reading this now correctly.
Can I get a transcript of this note?
Yeah, same. I wrote down as much as I could, but I know all these names are disastrously spelled wrong.
I will try my best to do that. Yeah, the money is essentially allowing him to purchase arms and armor for the expedition to secure the city.
Okay.
Which they didn't seemingly
Can
expect much resistance.
Hmm.
Look what they got.
You know
And
what?
sorry if I sound a little
You're
different. I had to
you're
change my
just
headphones.
Different is
you're
a word
good.
for it.
You're just a little robotic right now.
Like I said, I'm in the basement. I don't have a lot of good
Oh,
signal.
okay. Understandable.
I would like to divvy out that gold, which is a truly astounding amount for Ripley. He can barely count that high.
Honestly,
I was
yeah,
gonna
that's
ask, well,
a lot of money.
while they were like investigating the body, like look around for any kind of religious iconography that can be like moved.
Okay.
Do Colte and Hatet want some of this money, or is it just us five?
Colte and Holtet, most likely.
I see.
Um, hmm. Colte will kind of look over at you as he's like pretty much walking away after he hears that. No, I'll be fine. I'm going to begin the investigation of the space and try to unlock what I sealed. Enjoy your payment, I guess, for assisting me. I appreciate your assistance.
Yeah, no problem. Only died a few times. Yeah, so we all get 200 gold.
Nice. That's 200 more than I had.
Same.
Wow.
Ripley has gone from 1 silver piece to 200 gold and 1 silver piece.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone from 0 money to 200 gold. This is amazing. My life has gotten so much better in the past couple of days.
Ripley's has gotten significantly worse.
My people, even with more money,
Ripley has never
Yeah.
cared about having money. He has almost died so many times.
Cares about money in the sense that it grants her power.
She fell off a cliff.
There's your notes. Those are names and basic
Thank
overview.
you.
I appreciate it.
Oh
And
yeah, I spelled those terribly.
Copy paste.
enjoy it. It's a lot. I know. Lord Pomdeus, Arch Commandant of the Holy should be the Holy Reclamation out of Rinascenta. Signed orders of Rina Cert Procta, the Grand Consecrated Emperor of the Age of Stralis. Newly appointed King of Crimson, Adrian Krymer, first of his name. Oh, that's notes. Oh,
Wild.
oh no. Someone make a history check, please. Someone, please make a history check, please. Make a
I'll
history
make a
check.
history check.
Make a history check.
Yeah. 6.
Guidance.
You
Oh,
have
no.
advantage. Make a history check.
22.
22.
Guidance.
22.
With the guidance.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
26.
26. Yes, there is there was technically a side family of the Crimers that are second cousins. That last name actually wasn't Crimer. But that's probably who was anointed into the kingship.
Interesting.
Relative family.
Yeah, I saw something about that at some point.
Yeah. Second cousins. Twice
Yeah.
removed.
Some guy that you were killing was like really obsessed with the Crimer family, and you found his books.
Yes, 100%. You know the lore. can't believe that flew over my head as I copy pasted. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. I'm like, the age of
Then you start
beautification and stained
reading it back
glass.
to us
You
out
already
loud.
you're able to figure that out. Awesome.
Second cousin thing? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
But can I look around for religious iconography that I can like move?
Yeah. Make an investigation check.
Also, is there any like big statue?
Yes.
Cool. I got a 7.
7. There's 2 big statues, one to the south, one to the north. You see the one in the north currently is almost like holding out a palm, and you can see what seems to be carved seeds into their hand, as if they are representing rebirth, which is one of the tenets of Lathander, the the god of the morning and rebirth and
Yeah.
second chances and stuff like that. The other one seems to just be some holy individual reading out of scripture. There is seemingly a book still left over on the podium over here. Other than that, there's not a lot of religious iconography in the main space. There's these large statues, well, not statues, like these metal, these large symbols of like metallurgy that are these beautiful sculptures that emit like golden light. So much so that even in the daylight, you're pretty sure this place would not look like it's night at all. You know, that this is almost an eternal daylight in this space, or an early morning all the time. But yeah, that's what you're able to find so far.
Um. hmm. I can do with this. Yeah, something I can do with this.
What are you doing with it?
Idea, but Asanath needs to ask to borrow someone's dagger.
Oh. Where's the dagger?
Does anyone have a dagger I could borrow? Or a sword? Anything sharp and that might be able to cut through bone.
I have a dagger,
My
yeah.
scalpels aren't designed for that.
Cool. Here's my idea, and feel free to stop me.
Stop her.
I feel bad because I feel like it's very intense, but I am also like I have to show that their god had abandoned them. They have been forsaken.
Ooh.
I like to decapitate the warden and put his head in the stretched out palm of the Lathander statue, and then take the heart out of the priest and put it on the book that the other statue is reading.
You hear
Would you like? Oh my! Oh my!
there is a sound of something being unsheathed, and you look at Colte as he unsheathes a single dagger, as he's currently kind of squatted over some of the runic iconography in the center of the room at this beautiful, almost like carving that's in on the ground. And he just holds his dagger up, not even looking, as he's tracing some of the runes and whispering.
Cool.
He just offers up his dagger.
I'll take that. It's offered to me. And then Asanath will start decapitating the warden after everyone's looked him over.
Okay. Go ahead and make a
Fucking
medicine
brutal.
check.
I walk very far away.
I stand up close.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
Okay.
Actually, while she's doing that, I'm gonna step outside and just make sure we're not like we haven't drawn any unwanted attention. I hope.
26. Yeah, you open up the body. You decapitate
It's
the head.
actually 27.
You open up the body, and the knife that Colte gives you is very intricate and beautiful, and you can see it has this very almost intricate like lettering on it that seems to be in a language you don't understand. And as you begin to cut into the body here, it is perfect. And you cut off the head with almost no issue. You saw away the bone and the spine, leaving this just very clean, decapitated corpse. You cut open the chest with precision, very similar to how Colte opened up that one paladin trying to search for that thing in the heart. And as you open up the chest, you cut across the heart and lift it up and out. And you realize at this point, there's a small little black bead in the heart of the leader here.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Which, with your nat 20, you calmly take the knife and almost like getting a pearl out of an oyster, you coax it out and suddenly it just pops out. Using the blade of the knife, and you have a full heart and a small little black bead.
Nice. For now, I'm gonna also put the black bead in my alms box,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna put the head and the heart where I think they belong now.
Okay. Yeah, you place the objects where they are intended to go.
And that's divine inspiration.
Indeed, it is.
What a wild roll.
That is absolutely crazy.
And I'll give Colte his dagger back.
Okay. Yeah, as you do it, um, you walk over to hand him his dagger back. And you see he steps back as Hotet steps off the inner circle. And you see Colte takes two fingers, puts them in front of his nose, puts his hand underneath, and with a single slide of his hand, you see he whispers. And suddenly, you hear this as the center of the circle opens. You can see tiniest of seams just opens up. And then in a moment, it spins in a semicircle, almost revolving underneath the floorboards. And then it is suddenly opened, and you can see a spiral staircase descending straight down. He turns, takes his knife back from you. Well, any other things you wish to search in the temple? Or are you all ready to go underground?
Do I see anybody approaching from outside?
Nope.
Cool. I'm also gonna pick up some of the broken stained glass and store that away.
Okay. So, you all go underground?
Yep,
Can
yep,
we
yep.
like take a short rest,
Do you
maybe?
want to take a short rest?
Can we just pop a squat here?
If you wish. I can hold up.
I am fucked up.
paladins never accessed this part of the temple. Additionally, I don't think the undead are down that far either. But who knows? I didn't get entirely to the end of the tunnels before I was required to return. Yes, a head would count as a corpse with a mouth. Well, the priest's head is currently put in the palm of a hand. I believe, right? I think the heart was in the book.
Yeah. Look in the head and the hand. Are you going to ruin my master?
I worked very hard on that.
Oh, the priest's head. Sorry, sorry. Um, the priest's
Oh.
head is still attached to their body. It has not been severed. Do you want to sever it? Make a medicine check.
You do not have divine inspiration.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
begin to chop into the body, but you're having a tough time. Trying to get past the skin and bones. And you just create basically like this hacked up mess. And it's just a very, very bloody, messy, brutish process that is. It looks pretty bad.
Everyone's gonna think you're an amateur. Yeah, but you can't let them know that. For now, I'm gonna get better at decapitation. In Minecraft.
Yes, yes, in Minecraft. So are we able to get in a short rest here?
Yeah.
Awesome. I need to heal. Interesting.
Nice.
Somehow don't.
Oh, I totally forgot to deduct hit points earlier. I'll do that now. How much was I healed?
Oh, the head's not in your bag. The head's not detached at all. It's still detached. You could not get through the spine. You'd probably need another person's help to finish the task, priest. Nice. Use all your hit die. You only regain half.
I'm so fucked up. And I only get back some of what I heal, so.
Which is very unfortunate.
But I get my spell slots back, so that's nice.
There you go. So, any other special things you wish to do during your short rest?
Actually, could I go try to like find, like, guess, like the warden's tent and just take a look around in his tent?
Sure. I'll make an investigation check.
This is a Temple of the Thunder, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
$15. In his tent, you find what seems to be just very simple sleeping arrangement. His bed's not too fancy. It's pretty humble, honestly. You do see a desk with a couple of, um, you know, unwritten letters. You see one half-written letter um, that just generally depicts the goings-on of these paladins here, how they've only been here for a few days. Um, they do mention some type of abomination that almost killed a good few of them on the first day when they made their way to the Temple of Lathander. It was some strange, calloused beast that, when killed, grew in size and uh, began to almost take down these paladins. Um, he calls them aberrations and dangerous denizens if they are truly native to the city, and called for reinforcements. Um, and probably near the end, this is just an unfinished, unsent letter fully. Just talking about um, what should be done with this information, um, and how they went through and searched the creature. And they did find evidence to suggest this entity was once a guard out of the northern woods around Bitterwood, um, to some extent. But whatever magic malformed them was great. That's probably it. I'd also
Okay,
give you
yeah.
maybe like 3 rations as well, that he had spare lying around.
Yeah, I probably would just only just grab the letter and just leave the tent.
Okay. Okay. With that, long rest ends. You all begin to follow Colte.
Follow Colte.
You all descend down this spiral staircase, centered in the Temple of Lathander, here in the city of Cardinal. You would descend very, very far down these solid steps until the space expands, probably a good, I'd say 300 feet down. The reason this space expands is because there's no longer room for stairs, as this place turns into a sloping ramp that slopes very gently, but still curves and carves its way farther and farther down. You can see evidence that this is some sort of not natural cave. None of the caves here are very natural, but it is very similar to the rest of the caves that you found up on the surface, where it is these about 10-foot wide burrowed tunnels that just encompass the entire area. Colte takes the lead, and you watch as Hotet next to him slowly begins to almost heal. Watches some of the skin begins to slightly knit back together as he silently moves along his master. It's a long journey. You walk so far for about maybe 20 minutes at this point. Is there any conversation and questions you wish to ask or anything like that? Or you just walk in silence?
Um, that was quite a depiction of unholiness, I suppose you chose to display. Any particular reason? That's
I
directed
assume
towards
this
Alcinok.
is
Yeah,
directed
yeah,
to. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it it just felt important to really send a visual signal to anyone who will visit this temple in the future that their god forsake them today.
Quite a message. Debilitate before the war even starts. Very wise. I would
Thank
say
you.
I'm surprised, but so far, you surprising me seems to be the norm.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I suppose that's up to the interpretation of whoever hears it. But as of now, it's to be determined.
Fair enough.
That's it.
Also, this is probably a perfect time to ask Colte about the thing he was trying to get out of the eye, the pearl he talked about.
You bring it up.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It is, from what I. Um, Essentially, it's a device very similar to an ability that I have that can eliminate memory for a short time within meeting someone. Um, it had a greater effect on me than I would have expected, but it was still attached to a living being. With it, however, you should have the ability to make people forget you, as long as it's within 10 minutes of meeting them. A potent effect, for sure. One that
Hmm.
its nature transcends close to the disembodied. Occultation is what you can call it. So occultation, if you choose to smash the bead, a creature forgets interacting directly with you, provided the interaction was for fewer than 10 minutes and the creature fails a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Hmm.
A very potent ability if it can be used correctly, but a one-time use.
DC 14.
14,
What
yes.
save?
Wisdom save.
This is what Bane is for.
Mm-hmm. And they would forget that you cast Bane on them, which is awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask what like what are they supposed to look like, guys?
Small black beads. Typically, I've found them only in the heart of a few individuals, similar to myself. Usually, I've only recovered them from true disembodied, but I've heard through my partner that they can be found in many individuals touched by the magical storms that radiate our region.
I say,
I'm assuming you found one.
thank you for
when you were-
satisfying this curiosity.
No problem. I assume you found one.
I might have.
Well, enjoy
Why?
it.
I will.
A little gift of knowledge from me to you. You've been very helpful in my endeavors thus far, and I appreciate it.
It's been such a successful trade.
Very successful indeed. We're almost there, hopefully, now that we have reached the natural caverns. Whatever priest most likely fled through this tunnel, I hope that they survived or left some evidence. Maybe some artifact that it was hidden down here or something. Whatever the case, we will know soon. These tunnels are not yet marred by the magical fire that killed everyone else. So, any other bits of conversation you all wish to have? I'll take that as a no. So, as you continue down the tunnel, you move probably for another half hour or so through the winding stretches until the general quiet nature of this journey is very suddenly stopped. Um, let's see here. It's Asanath who finds it first. It was very small. So when you hear the crunching of glass below your feet, that is a sound that shatters the general quiet nature. Everyone turns. And as you continue forward, more crunching begins to show itself. There is a look of worry on Colte's face as you all suddenly find yourselves in a familiar space. As you see the walls turn to glass. No. Oh no. He continues forward just a bit, partially getting towards a bend and around it. And you see he kind of stops and sighs. And the fire, yes. Damned mages. I didn't expect it to have gone this deep. I was hoping to find something, anything. You see there's darkness all throughout. Bonnie, make a perception check. Sure. You can communicate with Clay, right? He can communicate with you at least. Yeah, go ahead. Um, you kind of step forward around that bend to look down the same hall that is looking down that he's kind of given up on. You see the hall extends maybe about 50 feet or so. It's the same kind of carved tunnel, only 10-foot wide. You can see just glittering glass. And at this point, you're probably traveling with a few small lights, you know, um, or dark vision. Uh, Colte probably has himself just a simple lantern, nothing much. But there's something strange about the glittering. And you take a step forward, and you watch the glittering get brighter, slightly, as if there is a small pulse of light. And you strain your eyes, and then just around the corner, just in the edge of the corner, there is a small bit of light that is not being projected by your troop. But there's light around the corner, which he and no one else has noticed. Damn the fucking Crimson Lords. Birthright gets the better of me. What do you mean? Wait. By the gods. He will quickly, kind of take your lead and kind of follow. Yeah. Um, you begin stepping forward and leading. Okay. As you begin to get closer, that kind of pulse of light gets more and more pronounced. And when you around the bend, you can see a very similar space. You can see the glittering glass of the cavern, but there's a spot where the cavern almost seems to have expanded outward by at least 30 feet on every side. You can see the other end of the cavern almost like very quickly reconnects, and you can see the glittering glass moves all the way down and around some other bend deeper into these dangerous torched tunnels. And you can see the edges of the walls here are torched partially. It seems like there was some great effect that almost exploded this chamber and seemed to have, at the most, paused or have interfered with whatever this glassing effect was in the caverns here. The thing that catches all of your eyes the most directly is what is currently lighting up the chamber. You can see currently hovering in the center of the room is this single small orb that seems to be made of two different types of metal. You can see gold and almost this blackened steel have been interfused almost in the pattern of like a baseball, where it's circular halves that have been melded together almost. And where they meet, the orb has these very stark changes in color. And it just seems to have this bright glowing effect attached to it. And as Bonnie, you walk in, you see it flashes once more, as this orb just floats there. Additionally, there are 5 other objects that are slightly interesting as they all float the same height, about 15 feet up in the air, within this larger chamber. There are 5 corpses. You can see 3 males and 2 females are currently floating in a semicircle, facing towards you on the other side of the orb. They circle the orb. Each of them seems to have golden liquid that has poured from their eye sockets, their fingertips, their mouths, their noses. Um, every orifice seems to have this almost like liquid gold that has just spilled forth. Their eyes are sunken husks, and it looks as if they are perfectly preserved, except for their eyes. And judging by the few agaped faces that a few of them are making, maybe the inside of their entire bodies. So tongues, any internal organs don't seem to be there. They're almost these hollowed, floating sacks of empty skin with golden light protruding from it. Well, golden liquid protruding out of the orifices, I should say. Colte, his eyes wide, steps forward. You see the large object in the center stays still. What a gorgeous sight. And he rushes into the room. Do any of you move in?
Ripley just mutters, "What the fuck?"
Bonnie,
And
as you
absolutely does not walk in.
okay,
I don't walk in immediately. I wait to see how it plays out.
Bonnie, you walk in. The first footfall, you all watch the orb lights up. It like does this flash of light and gets brighter. And with every footfall, it continues to do that. It's almost as if just from Bonnie walking in, it is reacting. You can see Colte kind of looks back and notices that, but continues forward anyways. He goes directly underneath the orb, which floats about 15 feet up. You see he bends down slightly and begins to just inspect the space. Let me flatten this so I get a good roll. Nope. You see he goes down and there's like a small little droplet or a small little puddle of this golden liquid, and he slowly dips his finger in and begins to rub his fingers together, spreading the gold along his fingertips. Huh. I've never seen it. Journey of the Golden Path. Peculiar. It didn't work. You see, he takes out one of his small little journals, begins just cataloging everything, writing everything down, just describing so much. But yeah, with it is at this point, since Bonnie is the only one that has like gone into the chamber, it is very distinct that it is reacting to Bonnie in a very pronounced way.
Have I ever
I just
seen or heard
continue to
about
watch.
whatever this gold stuff is before?
Make a history check.
Nope.
You've never experienced anything quite like this. It is both like a beautiful sight, but also gravely haunting.
Is it possible that I might have heard it through anything medical?
Make a medicine check. You step into the room to get a closer look, by the way. To like,
Yeah. Once I see him
because
interacting
you're
with
pretty
the
far. No. You're still
yes.
about like 40. You're probably like 40, 50 feet away at this point. So
40, 50
Is it too
feet.
late to use my inspiration to reroll that history?
go ahead. 17. Never heard of anything like this.
Yeah.
Great.
I will walk in, and I guess I'm going closer. And I'm going closer to the bodies.
Okay.
That's the.
You begin to, discern medically what happened. It's still hard because they are pretty far away. They're all floating, like in this circular semicircle, all kind of facing your direction towards the orb. And best you can tell by looking at the strange golden liquid, and its consistency, it's not metal. Strangely, it's still. You swear. You're fairly confident that whatever happened, your hypothesis is probably that their insides liquefied into gold, like this golden whatever, and just seeped out of everything, and it just hasn't. Whatever its properties are, it's not the same as blood, but like it's hard to
Okay.
discern. It's just really medically, this is something new.
Does it have the consistency of melted gold? Like, is
It
it
has the
viscous?
consistency of fresh blood.
Mmm.
It's
If
it's
I smell
only
it, it doesn't smell like copper or iron.
you smell it. It does not smell like iron. It what's Egil's happiest memory?
Ooh. um. Gil's happiest memory. Oh, geez. That would probably be doing his first autopsy with Aldrida.
It is you as you smell it, you get a whiff of like a strangely familiar smell of that moment or that day. That it is just almost something that like flashes that memory into your existence, and it's off-putting. It's not an actual smell. It is almost like a flash of memory of a smell or a something. It's not quite tangible.
Well, this is certainly something to do with arcane matters.
Celestial
But-
matters.
Hmm. That would make sense, I suppose. Is gold very prevalent in celestial symbology?
Well, they say that angels bleed gold. Supposedly. Depending on the angel variety.
Well, then I have two hypotheses. Either one, these were angels, which I assume they're not. Then the second is that their blood got transmuted into this gold variant of some sort.
You are on the right track there. These points to the leader of the order, this older individual with a kind of mid-shaven red beard that has somehow stood the test of time. Albus Garden.
Okay, notes.
He was
Albus
the
Garden?
Carden. Albus Carden.
Oh, Carden. Carden, okay.
High priest of House Carden. Coleman Carden. Shama Carden. Alassane Carden. Lebeau and Lambert Carden.
Can you write those down for me?
Oh, I should probably put the high cleric part. space. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Um,
LeBeau and Lambert
hmm.
were twins. From surveys done, they were fanatical. Um, they dwelt in the Southwest Tower. They were one of the believers in the Golden Path. Shama was a
Okay.
cleric? No, wizard. Um, she was not in line for anything. Alessan was the cleric. She was Albus's assistant. Coleman was the master of the guard.
Cleric. Master of the Guard. Was
Not even.
there?
We're missing.
Ripley's gonna walk into the room at this point.
We're missing 3. Okay.
Cleric. And then LeBeau and Lambert were twins, and they were fanatics.
Yeah, they
Just
were,
a
you know,
wild guess.
religious
here.
fanatics.
Wild guess here, talking to Colte. Is this golden path when people try to turn themselves into angels?
Looks at you. There was a rumor, a legend, so to say, that there is a pathway returning downcast to the heavens. Should be a natural progression. Downcast were angels. Turned mortal. The golden path is supposed to be the representation of turning oneself back to that angelic path, to be immortal once more. They attempted it, not successfully. We're missing 3. I don't know where the others are.
Oh. And all these are Cardins, right?
Yeah, all of them are Cardins. So, based on the
Okay.
lore, all of them were relatives of Downcast, I believe. I think he told you all, right?
I think so.
Yeah, the House Cardin.
I didn't write
ones.
down that part. I didn't write down all of it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
if anything,
Ooh.
he'll re-explain it that supposedly House Cardin formed when they were Downcast, and this angel or angels, it's uncertain, founded a family that started Cardinal, the town
Bless you.
that eventually turned into the city, that eventually
Thank you.
became emperor, king for, a few generations. I think they did it 11 times. He'll tell you.
Founded the town of Cardinal.
Yeah, and that's
Did this
over
11 times.
over 700. Yes, over the past 700 years, out of 19 different emperors, 11 of them were Cardins. Just due to the nature
how
of
many?
11 out of 19 in 700 years.
11 out of 19.
Yeah, that's just due
11 out
to, this like the nature of the reach is if a leader is not popular, rebellions will happen, and if enough people support it, many times an emperor will just step down, and then some other town or city, that leader, whoever is leading that rebellion, becomes emperor until they're not popular. And it's just this cycle of, not really being too violent. I mean, they are somewhat violent uprisings, but it's replacing it with someone who is seen by the common people as much better.
Yeah.
It's a very
Yeah.
interesting take on, uniting an empire. It's more like a loose collection of city-states just vying for like one person should rule at some point in time, but they're all very distinct and separate entities, not
Okay. Cool.
united as the Romolian kingdom was in your previous campaign.
Sounds like we can roll, guys.
Um, but
Okay. Cool.
that device in the center, that is a heart anchor. It is a typically it only has the ability to spot downcast, which begs the question, Bonnie, what is your ancestry? Um, but back to what you said, what was said about them trying to gain immortality and failing. They were downcast, but it's still in their blood that they are. Um, and it was rumored that they were looking for a way to gain back their angelic nature. That they weren't satisfied with mortal bodies, even though they became mortal and built a family. Um, blood can only take you so far.
Okay. Wanted to transcend mortal bodies.
It is some would say a better way to become immortal rather than lichdom. But only available to those who, supposedly only available to those who are angelic or have angelic blood. It's just it's going back to your roots. That blood is still there. That link is still there. It's just about accessing it.
So what made this fail?
Well, it is uncertain what the ritual even is. That and they're missing 3 family members.
Is there any like objects in the room that would
Make an investigation check.
be like, oh, this was used in the ritual? Like, I don't know, chalk circle on the ground?
Make an investigation check.
Well, nuts.
Colte will kind of
What?
help you out actually with that. If you
Okay,
want.
great. Hey.
24. The two of you begin searching around, and it's definitely something that was missed. There is a very, very faint set of chalk outlines directly underneath the circle, like the heart anchor. Also, about 10 feet, 20 feet behind that family in the center of the room, so still within this like almost exploded out, whatever happened in the chamber led to it being malformed. These are small tunnels. There is a very hastily erected chalk outline of a teleportation circle that seemingly was almost like flash carbonated by the intense lava-like heat that just spread through this place.
I would like to try to write down like a copy of that teleportation circle.
Okay. Yeah, it's not complete. It was malformed a little bit, but like you can tell that this is some circle for teleportation. And it's about 20 feet away from the main family, behind them. Also, it's seemingly based on like where you came from and where this is heading, they were closer to the magma than the family was. So the lava came from deeper within the tunnels. This magical magma that was seemingly seeking out life and supposedly eliminated the entire population of Cardinal in, supposedly a single day. You don't know
Does
how.
this does
Is
this
there a
symbol-
specific name for this?
For specific name for this what?
This like ritual that they were trying to do.
for Paladin?
This is the journey of the Golden Path, is what he calls it. This is what
Journey.
Colte will call it.
Okay.
And it's he will tell you he doesn't know everything. That this is his this is why he came here. But Bonnie, you say through blood, I will say I was once more than now. It's been so long forever. Well, there's only one way to be fully sure. Ripley, I know the last time you flew, you almost crashed into the ground.
Oh, it wasn't almost. I did.
Well, you almost died. But would you mind fetching the orb?
Sure. Worst he could do is kill me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ripley will
Mm-hmm.
shrug off his cloak. Uh, as he unfurls his wings, the bones like snap and pop like joints that haven't been moved in too long. And then he winces as he kind of does a little uppies to grab the orb.
Okay. You beat once, beat twice. It's only 15 feet off the ground. But you come in from the side, facing the family, and grab onto the orb. As you do, can you make a wisdom saving throw?
I'd love to do that. Hey.
24. There is a moment of immediate, oppressive pressure coming from almost around your shoulder as you instinctively just feel the presence of Hadar and his red eye as he almost shifts his entire focus directly onto you. You quickly land and drop the orb. You do a half beat of your wings as you hit the ground, and the orb goes scattering across the ground as you shrug away the presence of Hadar from your mind after grabbing that orb.
Ugh, that's horrible. I'll just kind of rub my shoulder above where the prosthetic starts.
Mm-hmm.
I grow hungry.
The voice recedes, that presence fades. You see, Colte grabs the orb, step over towards Bonnie, and hold it out. It's about the size of a baseball.
Now Bonnie, the chosen one.
Make an insight check. His eyes meet yours. There is great interest. Um, it's not evil in nature, but you can tell that he's very, very curious on what is about to happen. Um, this is his research. You are very intriguing to him. Um, do you grab the orb? I know. You touch the orb, and suddenly there is a bright beacon of light. All of you, for a few moments, just go blind. Then there is the screaming that you hear. You just hear what sounds like male and female voices screeching in terror. Who holds the boar ring?
Atlas.
Thought
Oh
so.
yeah,
Atlas.
I do. Yeah.
Atlas, are you wearing it?
Yeah, I would be wearing it.
You immediately feel this searing pain in your fingers, and then suddenly light fades just for a moment, and you watch as this screaming. You look up, and you can see all of these empty skin husks are contorting, twisting as they are moving and screaming, their mouths agape. You see the strange golden blood oozes more from their ears and their nose and their eyes as they contort in air, and then they all stop and all of them fall to the ground. There is 5.
Damn.
Um, as the orb is just a beacon of light still in your hands. It's not blinding or anything, but holding it now, it is this just beautiful, golden, ethereal, godly light that is just sitting in the palm of your hand, and it's a beautiful object. Well, it is certain you are downcast. I'm sorry for the loss of your angelic nature. It is a shame. But there is beauty in mortality. The item should stop flashing. Um, and should be stable now.
Okay, so just for my own personal clarification, a downcasted is a celestial or a descendant of us? I'm confused exactly what a
So,
downcasted is.
Downcast specifically is a fallen angel that is made mortal.
Okay.
That is exactly what it is. Since they are mortal, they can breed and have killed kids and children, and a family line can be created. The Cardin family
Okay,
were
cool.
angels, and also specifically, Downcast, they all mostly fell during the Dawn or after the Dawn War, which is well over 1,000 years ago. Specifically, about 1455 years ago, specifically. Downcast are mortal. They do die. So,
Right.
how old is Bonnie? It's hard to say, but they shouldn't be alive if they were,
Mm.
like from, if they're exactly from that time. That is a weird thing. Or if they were just related. Uh, it is a very strong indication. It'll actually say that. Um, I've seen this device work before, and I've never seen such a strong reaction to it. Um, the whatever the ritual did, it used the heart anchor to power it. We deactivated whatever ritual this was. Um, and I can't exactly say what happened, but I am prepared to find out. You can keep that if you wish. Me and my partner, we have another one. They're actually not the rarest things, but um, I'm sure you would. Um, he will go to the bodies, go straight for Albus, searches that body. Um, yeah. So, this is called the Heart Anchor. It seems to have magical capabilities, so you don't know exactly what it does. Um, but it seems to have, some magical ability. Additionally, Atlas, the ring, it is cooled now, but it does glow brighter. It seems that something happened to it when this light, occurred. Um, the ring is different.
Who took all the holy water from the temple?
I have it.
Okay, I'd like to ask for a couple of flasks.
Oh well, I only found one,
I thought
but
someone
I
found
handed
like
over.
10 or something.
Yeah, that was Bonnie.
No, I found a potion.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I
Bonnie
found one
found
potion
like
of holy water.
4, I think. Oh, 5 bottles. Yeah.
Okay. If you're willing to spare one, I would appreciate it.
Okay. It is
Thank
not.
you much.
Uh, there is movement in the ceiling.
In the ceiling?
Mm-hmm. Um,
I look up at the
Uh,
ceiling.
yeah. You look up and you can see what appears to be almost phasing through the ground is 5 eyes with wings, all connected on strings of golden light, and it just is peering down directly from above. Colte, engrossed in his find, did not pass the passive perception check. You see, grabs what looks to be some sort of small journal from Albus. Does not notice the sight until any of you point it out.
do Are these eyes associated with anything? Like, is like this particular imagery associated with anything? Like a
Make a history
person
check.
or a group?
Bonnie can have advantage.
I'd also love to history that. Wow.
18.
Okay.
That would okay,
Yeah.
yeah. 18 is the only one that really knows what this is. Specifically, that would be the eyes of a seraph. It is an entity that works underneath angels, specifically a seraph angel.
And those are like poking through the ceiling?
Yeah, pretty much.
Lovely. Are they looking at anyone in particular?
You have no clue. They're just eyes.
Great.
They are literally
Well,
just eyeballs.
I didn't know if they were all looking in one direction.
Oh no, they're all looking in different directions. You can see
Okay.
there's one on Bonnie, one on Colte, one on Atlas, one on Ripley, and one on Asanath specifically. Because there are 5 of them. They're all attached, and you can see they're kind of like moving slightly.
How far away are they?
They're at the ceiling, so probably only 30 feet up.
Okay. Is this a enemy we must engage with? If anyone knows.
What enemy? You see Colte stands. Oh. We should go.
I like that idea a lot.
We may have attracted a too much celestial attention. They don't care for blasphemies sometimes, and there might have been an angel watching over this space. We just sent it a postcard.
Then I suppose we should make a hastened exit.
Yes,
And I begin to walk towards the entrance.
let's go, please. And you see Colte begins to step backward towards the entranceway.
Both of those cards are canon now.
Yeah, they are. Make an insight check. On who?
I think she wants on the eyes.
The Seraph? Yeah, make an insight check. Eight. It's hard to discern
I mean,
a bunch of eyeballs.
I was just about to say that.
But as you watch them just like kind of track you from the ceiling, you see Colte kind of begins to take the lead as he backs up through the space. You can see he keeps looking back at the bodies, like he's very annoyed at this revelation and this this new thing that has come from this. And then as he gets to the end of the hallway, so you have about like 30 feet from the door, from where the bodies now lay strewn on the ground, you watch as the eyes flash out of existence. Then you watch as 2 metal boots suddenly pierce through the stone of the ceiling, as you watch golden light seems to fill the space. And falling from the sky, almost, you can see a angelic-looking being clad in full armor. You can see two dark steel wings are currently outstretched as this armored entity suddenly hovers 15 feet off the floor. Yeah, dark steel. Um, they have what seems to be a single blue cowl that surrounds their body, and they have a singular dark steel mask that covers their face. You can see a large, um, looks to be a long sword is currently grasped in one hand as the creature is just floating in the space. There is an immediate voice that begins to ring out. Zarin to washinta boyar. Jenduru dokishkinta yask. Who speaks
I just want you to know
Celestial?
you're really good at that.
I speak Celestial.
Thank you. It is one of my favorite random talents that I can just, you know,
Speak
come
in
up with
tongues.
stuff. Yeah, I can just speak in
Make
tongues.
a random language.
Pretty
That's
much.
dope, man.
But for those who do speak Celestial, the voice rings out. You have desecrated this holy space, marred our divine path. What do you say in your defense?
He's talking all of us talking about him.
Oh god.
He says it in Celestial, and then that voice, after a lull, after no one says anything, it repeats. This time, in all of your minds.
It was an accident. We were just trying to figure out what happened to these people.
Anyone else wish to help?
He asks us why we are here specifically.
It
I
was just to defend
suppose.
ourselves.
I suppose if my understanding is accurate, this is merely a archaeological expedition. One in the venture of knowledge. And one cannot know one place is not meant to be tread unless they have reached it.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage, because Ripley did say some words as well.
I did say some words.
Mm-hmm.
I'm and I'm doing the persuasion. No, no.
It can't be worse than mine.
I hope. I want to see if what Bonnie is saying before I roll.
Oh, and if you wanted to see what it looks like, this is what it looks like.
Oh, wonderful.
Metal.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking metal.
Yup,
Looks
dark
super cool
steel.
and like it could kill us super easily.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll. Oh, 20.
Hey.
20.
Nice.
I,
He's
I've
one more
I've been rolling
persuasion than
really
I
good
do,
persuasions.
so
First, I was able to talk to the ghosty ghosts. Now I can talk to celestials and shit. I'm doing pretty good so far this campaign.
This is your new history check.
Yeah.
make you our extra planar
I'm telling you,
speaker.
it's so crazy. The one thing what happened to other like I'm sorry. Don't butcher it. Ooh, does what Bonnie said affect the roll? She didn't get to finish typing before I clicked.
Okay. I added a +5 to your bonus because of what Bonnie said.
Hey, Bonnie. Clutch. All right, so 25.
Van Grushkest, Mashkin Dor Nis Gabayur Pakayast. You speak the native tongue, crudely, but still, with experience. Celestial blood was spilt in this holy place. You have desecrated this place. However, its spilling was not due to you. Vest, Morish Ketemen, Imperianoshk, Deris Kitapatok. I shall relay this to the Empyrean. For now you may flee, but know the eyes of Zabriel watch over you. The entity points their sword straight up, and suddenly they flash their wings once, and in a beautiful, bright, flashing light, you watch as they fly straight into the stonework. A thin golden line appears, and they vanish. Well, that was wild.
Hmm.
Ripley like
Certainly
leans
an
over,
experience.
hands on his knees, and is like hyperventilating.
I doubt any of the others have anything important. You can see there is a hesitation in Colte's uh, entire figure at this point. He clearly wants to go back to the bodies and be a little loot gremlin. He wants to loot them, all of them. We should go though.
And we see this.
Oh
I
yeah,
might say,
he's very
maybe.
vividly. He wants to go back.
I am one for pursuit of knowledge, but sometimes it can be disastrous for those who seek it.
You are not wrong. What a beautiful sight. You see,
I agree, and I agree with Bonnie. We
uh,
should go.
he clutches his book for a moment and turns, heading out of the tunnels, back up. You travel and quiet for a couple hours until you once again reach the surface, seal the tunnel, and then make your way back to the cave in which Colte had made his base, traveling across the city of Cardinal.
Um, and Agil will ask Bonnie, why do you hate speaking like that? As we walk back. Did that celestial give us a name? Like his name?
No, he did not.
No. Okay. Okay. Cool. I
I
figured.
assume it's
I
some
just didn't think
servant
I
of
heard.
Zabriel.
Yeah.
Pretty sure like knowing the name of a celestial would like kill us anyway, so it's probably good he didn't tell us.
I don't know. I wonder.
Seems like one of those things where if you know their true name, you die.
I mean, very possible. Very possible indeed.
If I told you my real name, you'd disintegrate, so you can call me George.
So you can call me George. um, hmm. Interesting. Just curious. Oh, serpent is April. Celestial serpent. Fronted us in Cardinal underground chamber.
Disgusting shell of its true self.
I know, right?
What a line.
I'm telling you, you guys roleplay so good. I'm so proud of all you guys.
Yeah. So, any other conversations? Okay. You all make it back into the caves. You pass through the wall of silence and find yourself back at the small encampment of Colte and his hotet.
As soon as we get back, I sit down because my foot hurts.
You had a lot of walking today.
Yeah,
Um,
so much walking when I was supposed to do none.
um,
That
Colton.
reminds. I rolled my ankle over the weekend.
Ooh,
Oof.
that hurts.
I used to sprain my ankles like
Certainly
every other
does.
month as a kid. That shit sucks.
I don't know how we
Yeah,
survived childhood.
I shouldn't have, that's for sure.
I mean, I was talking
Go
to
to the
my
hospital too many times.
I was talking to my family yesterday, and I was telling them about all my brushes with death when I fell 20 feet out of a tree, 3 feet away from concrete into a bush, when I rolled a tractor like a sit down lawnmower into the road. The speed limit was 55 miles an hour. So many random moments. I don't know how we survive. Uh, but as you sit down and begin to rest and relax, Colte, I'm going to begin discerning any information I can. Um, I'll let you know if anything good pops up. Um, you can see he has a couple of his books already open as he has walked into space. He's already opened a bunch of them, and people with passive perception of 15 or higher can easily notice one of the first things he has open. He has a full sketch of the 5 bodies floating in air in front of the orb. Like he just sketched the whole thing in beautiful art. This man is very, very talented. But he goes and heads off into his tent and sits down at the desk and just begins to open up book after book, going over notes, going over whatever he found, and just does some research.
He had a book I wanted to read. What was that book? Let me see.
Was it?
Oh, The Anatomy of Chat Brutes.
Mm-hmm.
I I would go and ask if he'd be willing to allow me to do my own reading.
Chapter Brutes, I can do that. You see, he kind of quickly walks over, goes to the bookshelf, grabs it. Enjoy. I believe this one is from
Thank you.
Verstack. I believe.
I see. I'll do sure it'll make good for my notes.
On our way back here, could would we have maybe passed like a general store or something? Like not one that's open, but something that used to be one.
Um, I mean, yeah, there's probably a couple.
Okay, I just wanted to see if I could find like string or metal wire.
I'd allow you to find that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not too difficult. Like you've cleared the city of the few paladins that were here. Now, granted, there are undead or other random creatures that exist in the city. Did you go alone? Or
If I spotted one like close by,
yeah,
I
you
probably would have just been like, "Hey, be right back," and then I'd duck in and grab it.
okay. Just roll a d20. Okay. Yeah, it goes smoothly without a hitch.
Great.
Yeah, you encounter no resistance.
And then once we're back in the cave and I am huddled up in a corner, I'm gonna take out some of the stuff I've been collecting and just start uh, drilling tiny holes in it with my claws and stringing the metal wire and string through the obsidian, the stained glass, and the antlers.
Gotcha. So, um, Egil, you begin reading your book. Uh, Go ahead and just roll me a investigation check as you know read this book, ponder the material, see what you can claim from it. 19. You read throughout the night, as you know. It's not actually that late in the day as you've ascended from the caverns. It's probably this point maybe like 3 when you get back to the cave. So you read for a good honestly probably like 6 to 7 hours, which is a good bit of time. As Colte kind of does his research with his many books, um, you read a dissertation, um, essentially, about an experimental use of mutations to create, um, essentially, hulking humanoid bodyguards, altered by malign magic and forbidden alchemical components or compounds to create these inhuman bodyguards and enforcers. Um, they were originally named for their mutated hairless callous bodies, chapped brutes. Their hide is thick, hiding their mouth and eyes to such a degree that they can no longer see or speak. However, they do seem to have a sense of blind sight within about 60 feet. Their veins and skin pulses and shifts unnaturally, showing evidence of continued mutation. Because of the prodigious strength and extraordinary resistance to damage, chapped brutes act as bodyguards for alchemists or wealthy patrons with the means to keep them docile. They are in a state of constant flux. Rumors abound of some chapped brutes unexpectedly undergoing hideous transformations into other forms. Because of the unstable state of this chapped brute's physiology, their bodily fluids and organs are highly prized for mutagenic qualities. awakened potential. When a chapped root would die on rare occasions, uh, it is said that they swell and extra limbs pop out sometimes, transforming into horrific monsters. They are resistant to necrotic damage. Um, and yeah. Other than that, they have keen hearing and are generally blinded, but with, you know, exception to their blind side.
Okay. So the mutations were created to be bodyguards,
Mhm.
named after the lugs.
The
Various can continue to shift the mutations, constantly plugs.
um,
All
and
right.
the last little bit
And you
is
said,
hmm?
oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna continue with like the last little bit of lore. Is that they are seen as they should be illegal under the Crimson Lords, who are um, the families within Crimson, the city, who deem what is efficient and what is not efficient with magic, as well as, specifically in the past 100 years, they've been deemed illegal
Okay.
and morally questionable and wrong, because you're condemning people
Yeah.
to a subservient life that they don't fully understand. Um, and yeah, they're not good.
Okay. Oh. All right. Cool.
I will say, last thing, um, in the notes, well, not in the notes, in some pages, there is personal handwriting from an individual, circling things, writing things down in the margins, um, essentially with plans of creating their own. And then you get to
Okay.
one spot, which is very, very interesting, which seems to be two different sets of handwriting. And it seems to be almost like someone was trying to sneakily pass a note in class, and they wrote it in the margins of this book, talking about creating them. Um, and their plan of essentially kidnapping two individuals to do this on. And the other person says, I don't know, I don't want to know how you do it, but they seem useful. So, yeah, there's that.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. All righty. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Um, the night kind of goes very calmly. Nothing seems to bother you. Colte just is engrossed with research and just reads through this entire, um, you know, book that he seemingly picked up, and just is constantly writing things down. And you can see near the end of the night, he does grab like a separate piece of paper, and you see he kind of is like poring over some notes, and then every so often he'll like write a word down and thinks for a few more moments, and then he'll write another word down, and it goes on for maybe about 20 minutes or so. You see, he shuts the book, stretches a little bit, cracks his fingers. He'll stand up, kind of walk out a little bit. I'll be back. And you can see he walks out, goes off to the left. After a few moments, he returns, sits back down at his desk, takes all of his notes and materials, binds them up, and sets it on his shelf. Partially contemplative. With that, he'll have a small meal. Literally, will just eat rations, not cook anything. And wishes you all good night.
I do the same.
With that, I'm gonna end the session.
Good.
Is
Yes, man. That's a lot of notes.
yeah, it's a very note-filled session. Did any of you have? Pardon. Was there anything any of you wished to do to discern magic or to, um, you know, anything like that? 'Cause this is the time. You have hours and hours of downtime.
I mean, I'll probably inspect my ring, see what changed about it.
Make an Arcana check. It's hard to discern. Your weapon feels. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to discern with your level of Arcana. You can ask for assistance if you need. Or it can wait till next session.
Oh, yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I'll wait till next session.
Okay. Oh, good. It can be a little bit of role play. Probably role play that night, next session, and then, you know, take it off into the next morning.
Yeah, we successfully killed the paladins and didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
mostly.
a victory.
Yeah.
You didn't die. You just fell unconscious.
I got the shit beat out of me.
Yeah, but that's the end of the session.
But you didn't die.
But you didn't die.
Yeah, you made it to the end of the
Oh, shit.
session. How about that?
Always a good thing.
Absolutely.
Honestly, listening, going through when we got to the chamber, I was like, oh, that's why he's here. He's one of these, um, this, damn, what are they called? This,
Downcast.
Downcast.
downcast. Yes,
He's in disembodied.
I know. No, I was like, oh, he's also this thing too. But then Bonnie walked in. I was like, ooh, the red hair. I was like, okay, not.
Yes.
Oh, Bonnie's gonna turn on us to turn to a celestial.
No one's ever done it.
100%.
You just saw a ritual where 5 people weren't able to do it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we
but
are
they're not
like,
Bonnie.
well, we're at the table though. We have greater odds,
Yeah.
or Bonnie has greater odds.
We have barter with God.
Yeah.
We have some level of plot armor, very small bit, but we got some.
I,
Hell yeah.
I feel like the tiny bit of plot armor we have is, yeah, that sounds cool.
It
That'll
sounds
save us in the
cool,
end.
but then it's also dictated by roles. See, I don't think like the NPCs have the opportunity to roll sometimes. They
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes the NPCs just get they get
No,
they
I
fail
feel like they get to
because they
roll.
have to fail for the story.
No, I feel like they get to roll, but they have to get like a high DC, but they have to roll a 10-sided die. They don't even get to roll a D20.
Mhm.
Well, it's also they have to roll a 10-sided die, and then also when you're a player character, you have like, in our case, 4 other people who are
Right,
giving you as
who
many
also get to
bonuses
roll
as
20.
possible.
Yeah, and buffs, yeah. All the knowledge and advantages you could possibly have.
Yeah.
Across 5 player brains, can we find a solution?
Oh
Probably.
yeah. I just realized. I know that this is weird. I just realized how I came up with that idea of the floating people. By the way, it just struck me of like where in my mind I got that that culturally. It was from the Atlantis movie.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah, I that just like hit me like a truck.
I'm
I'm like, oh
sorry.
my god.
As soon as you said that, I had like a sense memory.
Yeah, I just realized that now. I don't know how or why, but like I was just like, man, how did I come up with that idea? I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, wild. I just wanted to put that out there because I just had a revelation.
No, I appreciate it. It gave me a revelation.
And it's so funny when you asked me what like Gil's best memory was. I was like,
3 for your loop.
right. I was like, I never thought about it. But I was like, he loves doing autopsies. Like, let's talk about that one.
Yeah.
That's
What
his
will
first autopsy when he was a kid.
yeah, angelic blood does something to you.
His first.
Yeah, his first time that he cut into a cadaver.
Hell yeah. With the person, it could have been the person's natural smell. Or,
Yeah, it is also the person that was there to train.
Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting stuff. I'm excited for next session. I think it'll be good. This
Yeah.
I loved this session.
So yeah, because now we also have to figure out what we want to do next because we've made it here, and now we got to figure out what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be
Yeah. So I